Unfortunately, this is going to be the last competition happening this year because the year's about to end. So I'm going to be talking about the competition happening on December 30th, 2025, which basically is turkey meat. Now there are other items that are star boosted. I don't even remember what they were because they're not going to be important. There's not going to be any cash boost for this competition. Really, the only thing that you're going to want to make to be competitive in this competition is turkey meat. Ignore the other 3 items that are going to be star boosted. I'm not going to even bother talking about those in this video. So I have for you today a turkey meat design that I've created. No NFTs are required for this one, and I really don't think you needed my help on this one because this one is so easy. It might be difficult to get a very high number, but it is easy to figure out at the very least. But here we are. This makes about 800 turkey meat per hour. We're at least very close to that. I have had it running for 10 hours now. I am making gasoline with the help of the oil seep here, so no oil pumps required, no forklift required. I am using a freight pier which sells items in batches of 100. Now I think I could have probably just used a trade depot. I probably would have made enough gasoline. Not exactly sure, I didn't test it, but it probably would have been enough because I've only needed 80 gasoline per hour to accommodate the 800 turkey meat. But regardless, this is what I did here using the freight pier, selling in batches of 100 per hour. This maybe could be improved a little bit more, but this is where I left it at, already good enough. Turkey meat close to 800 per hour. Wood is over 1,000 per hour, so I'm overproducing wood. Probably could replace one of the tree farms with another turkey ranch. Now I don't exactly know if the thing holding it back is specifically the feed or the turkey ranches. I did not test that enough, but I can see a lot of meadows here, and most of the meadows, I mean, the turkeys are feasting upon them. So in order to make turkey meat, in case you didn't already know, you need 8 feed, 1 wood, 5 water. Preferably the water is fully passive, and really they just need to pick up feed and your loggers can deliver the wood to them. Your ATVs could deliver the wood, but I think that's a waste of time, so I don't recommend you have a wood storage or lumberyard at the very end because I think that would slow things down. Of course, the lumber mill is not required. It's just there for making the lumber you need for the loggers and ATVs and power plants, paved roads. That's all you need it for. After that, you could get rid of it. Fuel storage is going to be right here. Cast 3 dirty, but it's not casting any dirty on these buildings. And these 2 turkey ranches are the only ones with 1 dirty being casted from the refinery right here making petroleum. As for the biome, river on the south side, desert on the east side, but that's not too important. It is a plains biome, so it's easy to work with. As you can see, that we do have the oil seep. I do have the freight pier at the bottom right side, so southeast side right here. And I have the turkey ranches lined up pretty nicely here with tree farms in between, so the loggers can quickly pick up the wood and take it to the closest turkey ranch. I decided to have an ATV and storehouse right here in the top, middle, and bottom sections so they can quickly store the turkey meat. And of course, I have more storehouses right here. There are a total of 6 storehouses. That gives 120 capacity. You need to have 100 turkeys stored in order to sell them in batches of 100 with the freight pier. Now, of course, for their auto sell, only item here is turkey meat. Build is not expensive. It is about 3 million. I will show that in the planner in a moment. And wages are also very low, so the cash you get from selling the turkey meat will cover the wages. That will not be an issue at all. As for the cash strategy at the beginning, as usual, I would recommend gold if nothing is cash boosted, and you really don't need a lot of cash, so it shouldn't take that long to get all the cash that you need to finish this build. Honestly, you probably don't even need to do gold. You could just get, well, you still need to do it, but you don't need to scale it up that much. You could just get a bit of money to start making the turkey meat after you have your gasoline set up right here, and from there on just sell the turkey meat to get the cash from that, and then continue building the design out and finishing it, and then you're good to go. So you don't need to do a full scale gold rush or anything like that, like I've shown on my other videos on how to do the gold rush. So yeah, this one's really easy. Gas setup, you know, the usual 2 water pumps, 2 power plants, refinery between them making gas, refinery to the side over here making petroleum. And I just have it set up to where the dirty casted from these buildings doesn't get too much in the way, you know, other than these 2 right here, but that's fine. Well, it's only 1 dirty. And I do have these 3 tree farms, but like I said, one of these, maybe even 2 of them could be replaced with turkey ranch, but I don't know how much that would affect the rate. So right here, 800 turkey meat per hour, basically good for no NFT build. There's plenty of ways to improve it. Now, if you have a wheat stand NFT, you'd want to use feed mills. Obviously, that's the way to go. You probably want multiple wheat stands in order to create enough feed for everything, or a high rarity wheat stand. I will talk about that. The problem with the feed mills is that the turkeys will tend to go to the feed mills if there's not constantly feed at the troughs. So you would want to balance it correctly, where you have enough feed production and enough ATVs to always have feed in the troughs, and preferably the blueprint NFT that increases the storage capacity of the troughs. That way you can fit more feed into there. And if you can get your design to the point where the turkeys are never going to the actual feed mills but going to the troughs, I do believe that is more efficient than having the turkeys go and get the feed from the feed mills themselves. That's just from my experience right now. I don't know what everyone else has been doing with dealing with the whole turkeys eating from the feed mill situation, but that's just what I wanted to mention here. The last thing I'm going to show here is the planner, Townstar Playbook Planner. Link is in the description. This is what the no NFT turkey meat design that I've created looks like on the planner here. I know in the actual build I did not include this meadow, but you would want to include that meadow. Like I said, you don't need the lumber mill. That could also be a meadow or something else. Prediction is off. Like I said on my Discord, I don't recommend you rely on the prediction for this meta because it's basically all movement, and this assumes perfect pathing, and you're not going to find that clearly. The feed rates and the wood rates are hard to rely on if that's like the only thing going on there. So yeah, predictions off, but you know, it should make 800 per hour. This was the build cost, about 3.5 million. Wages are 3,500 per minute without any NFTs reducing them. And there's really not much more to say about this. That's pretty much it. Now, as usual, you can find this design on the Townstar Playbook Planner. Just go to Build Manager, click on Search Builds, and you should be able to locate it there and load it up on your planner as well. And well, that's basically it. Short and simple build showcase right there. Hopefully you found this helpful and informative. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. And if you want to help support the channel, get full access to the Townstar Playbook Planner, links are in the description on how to support. As always, I appreciate your support and thank you for watching.